Hello, everyone. Wait, I was gonna point myself like this. I was gonna do this. So I'm Tokoto, and welcome to something I have not really done before. And this is me reviewing The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 1. I believe it was called, what was it? The Day Will Come When You Won't Be. Right? I believe so. Yeah, I heard the season 1 finale reference of when Dr. Jenner said to Rick, but he's like, if you're coming out of that lab, it was gonna explode. It's spoiler for season 1 finale, but people haven't seen it. But yeah, so that's like a nice callback to that. But this is a kind of new series I'm gonna start doing. I'm a few days late of doing this video because, first of all, I've been busy with homework, so now I was able to do it tonight. So here I am doing it now. Yeah, I'm basically what I'm gonna be doing this video is talking about what my thoughts on each episode of The Walking Dead. The new episode when it comes out for season 7. I just started watching the show back in February, and I'm caught up to date. As I watched all the episodes on Netflix, and I even watched season 6 when it came out last month. And I really like the show. It's probably one of my favorite TV shows that are out as of right now. In today's time, it's a really good show. I do like it. So I like it so much that here I am doing a episode review on it, pretty much. So I'm gonna do it for how long. If you guys like this, let me know in the comment section down below if you do like this. If you want me to continue doing this, I probably will be. I think I like to put my thoughts out there. Just for a reason. I don't know. I just like making videos like these. So yeah, just want to make that short explanation, or just want to say that real quick. So, well, without further ado, let's begin. So this episode aired on, excuse me, October 23rd, Sunday, October 23rd, 2016, which is only for me 3 days ago, pretty much. This episode, I've been waiting for this episode ever since I really finished, back in May of this year. I watched the episode, and I was kind of confused, why are they there, and stuff like that. And that's because I haven't watched season 6 at the time. I finished season 5 of The Walking Dead in mid-May this year. So I finished watching the whole first 5 seasons to February to May, mid-May of 2016. Reason why is I took a break for it took so long because, well, I'm usually busy, and also I took a break from Walking Dead a month or two. I watched halfway through season 3, and I stopped for a while, got back to it, and then watched the rest of the season. And yeah, so I had to refresh my mind a little bit in some points. So season 6 came out last month, and I love season 6. It was awesome. And so I figured out what's the deal with Negan and everything like that. And I think it was a good build up what they have for Negan towards the end of the season, having him in pretty much the last scene, and what it was. He was in the last scene of season 6. And, for his beginning of the show, that as a character, his first scene, pretty much, if, the group's scene, Negan, I think it was a great way to, start out with that character. And this season 7, episode 1, even gave him, Negan's a very interesting character, and I like how he is, and the Jeffrey Dean Morgan plays him awesomely. I can't think of another word, but he plays it very well, and I like Negan as a character, and I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan portrays him very well. I do know what Negan's like in the comics, as I have read a few of them, and I have heard things about the similarities and differences. I think comic Negan and show Negan are very accurate to each other, so that's good. I mean, they're alike, so that's good. But I guess I kind of will. I don't know how I'm going to do this exactly. I guess I'll just say, what the episode is mainly about. It's mainly about, this episode is mainly about who died. And this is going to be a spoiler, obviously. So you guys have not seen the episode. This is spoiler territory. The whole rest of the video is going to be spoilers. Basically, Abraham died first, and then Glenn. And this episode just gave us a whole thing of who died, and what, of like how Rick works for Negan now, and how, now that the survivors are under Negan's control, not control, but they have to follow Negan's orders pretty much, and they have to give half of their crap. I'm not gonna say the words, I don't curse, something stupid like that, but I think what Negan was showing was, basically he was trying to, he got his revenge pretty much. Negan got his revenge for killing, for Rick and his group killing all of, not all of his men, but a lot of his men. And they did kill quite a few, I see why Negan did it, and I know, it's how, I see why Negan did it, I understand, yeah, and that was, they had it coming for them, it's like, yeah, and then how they hunted them down, the saviors hunted them down. The season 6 finale was kind of like, well, they're trying to stop them from getting to the hilltop. That was pretty cool, and how we haven't seen the whole saviors of, like, the whole group of saviors. That was probably like a little bit of it, perhaps. I don't even know. Like, maybe they expand more on later this season of what, Negan's group is like, the saviors. But just seeing that in the season 7 premiere, like how many there were, like my god. But Negan was just like out torturing them. That's what it basically was. It's just, they were killing people in their groups, and then there's like the one scene where Rick almost had to cut off his son's arm, Carl's arm, and how upset he was, and I was like, my god, and how he had Rick go get the hatchet by throwing it outside, and with a whole bunch of walkers out there, and how he told Rick to think about it, think what would happen, what even worse things could happen, the whole people, all the groups, even his son dying, and I thought, like, Negan's got the deep thoughts like that. I was like, oh shoot, this character, he's something else. Like, I thought at first Negan was gonna be something a little bit like the Governor, but now now we have the whole episode with Negan, like a whole first episode. Yeah, this guy he's something. He's way cooler than the Governor. I mean, I do like the Governor. He was a great Walking Dead villain, but like Negan's like something else. He's a whole new thing, and I like that. That's cool. That's different, and I'm actually excited to see what else Negan has in store for the survivors. But how Negan portrayed in the episode, how he took Rick on a ride and everything like that, and how he was like, I was like, he's like, get the hatchet and try to, hit it, hit it in the back of my head with it, and it's like, where did he get that gun from too? Like, where did he get that? He's like, points it out all of a sudden. I was like, where the frick did he get that? But I'll talk about in a couple minutes about my thoughts on Abraham and Glenn's death. But Negan, I'm really excited what he's gonna be like later down the season, and I think this episode, for first impressions of Negan, I like this character a lot, and I'm excited to see what else he is going to do, or what he and the Saviors are going to do too. Because the Saviors, it seemed like a ordinary group of survivors, pretty much. But I don't know. But they seem kind of different way. You got Simon. It's Negan's right hand man, and you have Dwight, who has Daryl's bow and everything like that. And I'll just say this: all of the group, like, I love. I didn't think that the first episode this season was actually gonna focus. Like, I thought it was gonna be half of it focusing on the deaths, but it was the whole episode, and I like how Rick was thinking about it. Like, we didn't exactly see it at the time it happened, but we all saw it when Rick was thinking about it in his head, which was cool. It was different. And I like that. And having Rick think about it on top of the RV with all the walkers surrounding the whole thing, that looked so cool. It was like a cool shot. And it's like, yeah, this is the world they live in. It's like, it's been the end of the world, and I think the episode really showed, yeah, nothing lasts forever, pretty much. That's what this episode, I think, pretty much was. I think that's what it was trying to tell me, I guess. I mean, I felt like that. That's what I felt, is that, nothing lasts forever. and it's definitely true. It's, a lot of characters, they're around for like a short time. Like for instance, Noah. We thought, some people were thinking, oh, he's gonna be around for a while. How he was in Alexandria, but he passed away in a few episodes, and I think it was like, it was like near the end of season 5, I believe. And Noah's a cool character too. I like how he portrayed, but I think this episode was a great way to start off the season. But that's what I had to say about what mainly happened the whole episode overall. And in the ending, I think it was a good way to end off the episode. It's like it was mainly about Rick thinking about what happened, and I bet he thinks that maybe it was his fault in a lot of ways, but I'll just say this. What happened with Glenn, how, when Negan killed Abraham and then, Daryl got up and punched Negan in the face. I absolutely loved that. I was like, yeah, get punched in the face, Negan. But how, he's like, Negan's like, let's get back to it. Pow! He beats the crap out on Glenn's freaking head. And I felt like, Daryl, what did you just do? And, well, of course we know that Daryl gets taken away, so I don't know what would happen if Daryl was still there with the survivors, but I think, people would say that episode 2 will be focusing on Daryl and the saviors. I keep saying survivors. Daryl and the saviors. So that may be pretty interesting. We get to see what's like life is like in Negan's community. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I just want to point that out. Like, did Daryl actually did he cause Negan to want to kill someone else, and then he killed Glenn? Like, yeah. So I'll talk about I'll just talk about this right now. The deaths of who died in this in this episode. Season 1 episode. I mean, I'm very tired. No, I'm not tired. I'm kind of confused right now. I'm not really. I was just trying to think of who died. Alright, so basically I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the death of who died in this episode. Well, it went viral on the internet pretty much. People were upset. I see why. It was Glenn and Abraham. And was I upset? I didn't cry, but I was shocked. When I saw Abraham get Lucille, I was like, shoot. Like, when he pointed out, I was like, shoot. I literally said that when I was watching it. I was like, shoot. And I love how Abraham's last words are, suck my nuts. That was Abraham-like. And I'm so glad that Abraham did not get, shot in the eye, in the right eye like he did in the comics, by Dwight. It said, what was her name? Diane? No. Yeah, I think it is, right? Well, she got shot through the eye near the season 6, near the end of season 6, but I'm glad that he got Lucille. If he got bit by a walker, it's like, hey, it's no Walking Dead. But, he went out like a champ. Like, he's like, when Negan said, taking like a champ. And I was like, yeah, he is. Like, he has like a thick skull. And he was standing up straight. And then he was doing like the peace sign to Sasha. I was like, and I think they had to do it. They had to, someone had to go. And Abraham, I think he was the one to be taken out. And his story was told. That's, some of you may think, no, he still would have had more story. Well, that's her opinion. This is my opinion to say. And, like, I love Abraham, the character. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm actually going to be him for Halloween, so. Yeah, but for him getting Lucille, I think was a good way to have him killed off. He's a great character. I love how he was and how he had his quotes like, I'll grab a clean turd by its clean end, or a turd by its clean end. And there was a lot of ones. There's like a few in season 6 also, but of how he was in season 4, I was like, who is this guy? Like, but he had his time in The Walking Dead, and I think he's probably one of my favorite characters in the show of all time, pretty much. He was like a killing machine with walkers, pretty much, and I love that. And I'm just glad he didn't, get killed by a walker or anything like that, or walkers. Instead, he got Lucille by Negan. But now, talking about Glenn. Glenn's been a character since season 1, and I had a feeling, and I did say that my predictions were Glenn and Abraham, just because it was said a lot on the internet, and plus, it was kind of, I would say, it was pointed out a few times, like foreshadowed in season 6 to me, and especially Glenn, when he saw the pictures of like the people getting Lucille, I was like, Vicky, don't look at them pictures. But of course he did, and I was foreshadowing apparently, and I was like, and when I saw that guy with the camera taking a picture of Glenn's body, with his head smashed and stuff, I was like, foreshadowing, and I think it hinted a lot during season 6, like how Glenn supposedly died by that dumpster with Nicholas. What the creators made us think like Glenn died, and a couple episodes later, oh, he's alive, thank God. So yeah, it was, and I think that was definitely a big hint, especially like when Sasha and Abraham saved Glenn from that whole swarm of walkers like cornering him in Alexandria, and that was like, I think that definitely foreshadowed like, yeah, he's gonna die soon, so be ready, peoples. And how Abraham said, I was like, look back at it now, I'm like, yeah. But I had to say this. I think they had to do it. When I was watching the episode, I was like, they want to kill off Glenn. They're gonna have, he's gonna have a kid soon, and it's like, but I kind of see why. But Glenn was a great character. I liked him a lot, and how Maggie was like so upset. I felt bad. I was like, my God, you seen your husband getting his head smashed open right in front of you is just screwed up. And I heard about the Maggie death leak scene, or like not leak scene, but like a alternate scene, I believe. That is screwed up right there, but I'm not gonna talk about that. But just want to mention that real quick. But I think that Walking Dead had to do with. Now, when I was like watching the episode, I was like so shocked. I was like, it was coming. It had but when I was like watching Talking Dead, and when they had the tributes for Abraham and Glenn, I felt more satisfied about it. It was like, yeah, they had to do what they had to do. They told their stories, and I thought Glenn's was kind of left open a little bit, but they did show the a scene, or like a little like a 5-second scene, or like 7-second scene of like what would happen if Negan, the group never met Negan. So I guess that does fill the gap of the rest of Glenn's story. So that does its justice. And seeing Abraham like smile back at Glenn smile at Abraham, and Abraham smiles back, that satisfied me a lot. And I think seeing the last one of those two characters, I think was perfect. And I think this episode was probably by far one of my favorite episodes. When I was about to sit down and watch the episode, I was thinking, what is gonna happen tonight? What is gonna happen? What? It's like, do I have to rethink everything? Not everything, but what do I have to think a lot? Like, and I did. When I was watching Talking Dead, I was like thinking right through. I was like, So I can kind of see how the show's gonna go on without those two characters, and it's sad. I do miss Abraham. I'm gonna miss Abraham and Glenn, especially Abraham. And I like Glenn as a character. He was very cool. And I like how he was in each season. He had like kind of his own moments a lot of times, Glenn, and also Abraham. So yeah, am I sad about it? Kind of. Oh yeah, I am. But I will miss the characters, and Walking Dead did what you had to do. And I think killing off a lot of, those two main characters, I think it's gonna, start out this season like that, knows that, you can already tell this season's gonna be awesome, pretty much. Or very dark in a way. But this episode was very dark. But it did, Negan had to kill someone, and he did. Well, I think I pretty much said everything I needed to say. Basically, in conclusion, to wrap it up and put it in the fridge, I like Negan as a character, and I'm excited to see what else he has a show later in the season. I will talk about that when I do more episode reviews, and I'm thinking about doing it. And I also I can accept about Negan Negan killing Abraham and Glenn. I can accept that, and I understand it. And how they killed him off, but they're both of them pretty much. I mean, Abraham mainly took it like a trump because he said suck my nuts, and his head's like thick skull. And then Glenn got hit in the head like 2 times, but his face is all messed up. I like how they stick to the comics of having Glenn's face like comic book accurate with his eye popping out. And that was really cool. I do like that, but it was also sad at the same time. But they did a great job in this episode. Walking Dead, you did good. AMC, solid job. Well, I think that's pretty much it. I will be trying to do an episode review of episode 2. I believe it's called The Well. And we'll be focusing on Daryl. But, when, like, I gotta say this real quick. When the Saviors went away, like, they drove off and everything, the group felt broken. And I see that, there was, like, their bodies right there. And, like, Glenn and Abraham's bodies right there. And the group just felt broken. And I was like, I feel bad. I felt bad. I was like, crap. But, overall, this was a great way to start off the season for Season 7. And I'm really excited to see what's to come. I was thinking, it's going to be alright, but as the Season 6 premiere was pretty good, actually. I did like it, how they get rid of the walkers in different directions of getting that out of the little canyon in a way. But, overall, great episode. What do I give it? 10 out of 10, because it had me gripped, it had me on the edge of my seats the whole entire time, because I thought someone was going to die next. And I was like, frick, who's gonna die? And I had a feeling for a brief moment that Carl was actually gonna have his arm chopped off, and I was like, it's like the boy just got his eye shot out pretty much. I was like, don't you dare do this to me, Walking Dead. But they didn't, and thank goodness. So I think it may be a little bit of foreshadowing. And also they had a lot of things with Rick's hand, right hand. So that may be going on, maybe Season 7 finale? We don't know. We don't know exactly yet, but as Rick in the comics does not have his right arm or right hand. He has pretty much his right arm above his right hand. But yeah, overall, great episode. I give it a 10 out of 10. I know you should give everything 10 out of 10, but this episode I think deserves it. Great way to start off the season. That's pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up, give a thumbs down, and I'm gonna try to do the new YouTube kind of thing with the cards or title card. Check out these videos. I don't know which ones I will put, but there'll be videos right here. Basically, right now my arms is. The video's still going pretty much, but yeah, it cut out because I had too much. I filmed too much. But thank you guys for watching this video. Till then, I'm Toakoto, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.